Hey, something different? Well, maybe I'm probably gonna show manga panels this time. Oh, wait, it's just that due to some issues with my laptop, I knew it was about time I started trying to, record videos on my desktop, which runs on Windows 11, and, well, I really don't like AI, but hey, Lisa gave a bit of an upgrade to my little VTuber avatar, and maybe I'm gonna also see my new so outfits. But anyway, I probably kept you way on Sealable Run, and that last vlog didn't add any manga pages because I felt like I was running out of time, and I'm gonna see about making a compilation video on my entire journey through the Sealable Run, it, which will include that last that last vlog having pictures, but I'll probably put a version along with pictures on my Patreon in the meantime. For now, let's just do some more Steel Ball Run! With this solo chapter called The Qualification for the Victor, we get a good look back at the race so far. Mainly the downtime of self-care and horse care. And of course, non-stand dangers of a cross-country horse race. It ends with the goal for the stage is basically the goal for the stage is on inside, and all the racers are rushing to the finish line. Pocologo is right behind our heroes. Johnny comments how the guy has basically third-rate horse racing skills, which makes Gyro's skills with makes Gyro question why he's in first place even. Sadly, the answer is the lucky character archetype. Seriously, when are people gonna do a trope talk or something on the lucky character type? Or is it gonna have to be me? Well, mostly it's the fact that Pocologo has a sin, and it's all, but still mostly looks that sin is encouraging him to take a big speed boost from the blizzard winds like some sort of soldier devil. I'm not gonna go on Angel. I'd rather consider it a soldier devil because, well, I don't really, well, Poco Logo has some non, well, I just grown to hate lucky characters who think everything on luck, that's all. Advice that is shown that little advice is shown to have a point, as two racers I have left through for have been rushing to Aquarius, but thanks to Dusk and the spin, they make a they make a gyro because, and Gyro's Blade gets a well-deserved first place win for the stage. Yes, they beat me, Poco Logo. They beat him. But the end of the chapter reveals that Magenta is still alive, but barely, and he will reveal Weka Picato's betrayal and Lucy Seal's part in this whole conspiracy. If he managed to get word of the president. Now, let's begin the Civil War. Maybe it's just gonna be backstory or something. What? the Civil War wasn't a thing in America. That happened because people were racist and wanted to keep slaves. Racist people are also the reason why America has a broken education system and bad health care systems. Look it up. Anyway, we begin a flashback of 4 Year Expire where Lucy is found dead near a river. Mr. Seal isn't convinced that it's her, and of course it's not her. Hot Pants clearly just put the girl's face on Scarlett's corpse. In the real Lucy, Seal is posing as the First Lady for the time being. Back to our heroes, they're camping, looking through a catalog for morsel eyes. Joe even decides to get a new teddy. Nice to know that wasn't just a one-time thing in the beginning. But wait, is this still the 1800s and teddy bears weren't invented until 1902 and were named after Theodore Roosevelt? Yeah. Meh. This universe involves magic powers and a president named Benny Valentine who is gonna get his comeuppance. I can't take historical analyses too seriously. Moving on, our boys catch sight of Hot Pants on the move and decide to get into a chase since she did steal corpse parts from them. Hopefully it's confirmed that... Wait, okay, just so you know, they do confirm that Johnny has legs. Yeah, you're right, got them. It just wasn't very well confirmed. Anyway, they follow HP into town and then to a particular building that our hero said break into. Guys, I think you broke into a church, judging by the broken stuff and this nun. Actually, it's just a good garbage dump, as his sister explains, but our protagonists are curious about the other corpse part nearby, so Gerald leaves to check the area, leaving Johnny alone with the nun, who he knows is Hot Pants. Oh, well, yeah. Our JoJo has to resort to some tactics to try and find out where the other corpse parts are, and she tells him that she threw them out while a baby is growing out of her chest, which might be the result of a standard attack. After things from their abandoned camp appear before them, the enemy stand appears for them. And it has most of the holy corpse at its feet. Then our chapter ends with the items going into the flesh. Oh God! Well, after the beginning of chapter 57 gives us some spectator exposition on the race and how the president realizes that he must get to do the other corpse parts first, we get back to the action. Also, is it just me, or is Funny Valentine looking less like a stern dictator in the modern age? But with nicer hair. Anyway, on Gyro's side of the battle, his old teddy bear is now on risk, and with a Sand offering a choice that he responds with an attack, and now the enemy Sand is hiding among the garbage. Meanwhile, Johnny's dealing with an old knife and what was going to be dinner, and he's going to the enemy with HP's warning him to just go as she goes into a flashback on how she had to sacrifice her brother in order to save his own life from death by a grizzly bear and became known to earn some form of goodness. She essentially becomes one with the trash while telling Johnny to purify the knife inside so he can make the sacrifice. Our Jojo makes his way doors specifically to a canteen of water, but gets distracted by a mouse. That be Danny. Oh god. Back to Gyro, who's dealing with all the balls he throws, starts becoming trash and meets the enemy's stand user. Johnny leaves hears Gyro screams and takes care of the big Danny, only to confront an illusion of his dead brother and even the boots. He still makes his way through to his horse despite all that and dealing with the mouse again. Still gets a shot on the canteen and washing his sins away. He even takes advantage of an old well-meaning a water source to put up some holes in the ground to bring some water up as chapter ends. Anyway, next chapter begins with Johnny taking advantage of the situation, and now Jesus is talking to him. But Jojo just swears that he just appeared behind him and his legs are moving. I'm expecting those legs to not buckle up at the end of this. Just to keep some disabled raptor or something. More importantly, the enemy is aware and his stand is literally called Civil War. I guess so like it was an intercession and that subject of American history. Anyway, Johnny tries finding the user who tries to get him sentimental, which doesn't work, but an illusion of his father claiming that God took the wrong son and gets him to hesitate for Christ to start tugging him again. And Johnny is more aware that they're looking for parts of his corpse now. Anyway. And Johnny decides to finally take the shot of illusion of his father since, well, that was a jerk who threw his living son, you know. Jara hasn't been a slouch in this fight as he uses his pen to locate the stand user and take a fail shot at him. But killing the user, who is called Axel Rowe, seems to be part of a plan as Johnny's now surrounded by victims of the sword that this man has killed or let die. There's even a flashback about it and the fact that green was used and has this uniform color in these panels I'm looking at. Really makes it hard to tell if he was Union or Confederate. Rocky really didn't want to deal with these politics. Anyway, we end with Johnny realizing that the best solution thanks to J-Man, and this fog's going to be a cliffhanger. Johnny's not dead yet. We still got 30-something chapters to go. Well, I'm not going to have any promises on the schedule availability, but until next time.